Welcome back to Breslov Campus. Insights in the Parsha of the week, the Parshiot, two Parshas Matot-Masei. In Parshat Matot, the Torah goes into the laws of kasherizing vessels. The law is that when a Jewish person buys new kitchenware, new pots and pans and knives and whatever, so if they were purchased from a Gentile, or they were manufactured by a Gentile, so you have to do what's called Hag'alat Kelim. So Hag'alat Kelim is, besides taking the vessels to a mikveh, there's two things you have to do. You have to explain. There's number one, because it belonged to a Gentile and now they're entering into a Jewish domain, they have to go to the mikveh. Like a convert also goes into a mikveh, a body of water, and by that becomes a Jew. So the vessels have to become Jewishized, if you want to say, to become Jewish by putting them in the mikveh. But that only helps in the spiritual element of the vessels. But how about vessels that we don't know what the Gentile used, or number one, in manufacturing them, or number two, if they were used vessels, so how can I kasherize the non-kosher elements which are in the walls of the vessels? This, by the way, also applies when you have meat and milk vessels and you want to alternate them to switch them from becoming meat or milk, or Passover dishes, you want to make something, a vessel that was being used with chametz all year round, and now you want to kasherize it that it should be kosher for Passover. So there's what's called Hag'alat Kelim, which is certain vessels, not all, for example, not glass, not wooden vessels, not corningware, not plastic vessels, metal vessels. Metal vessels can be kasherized by being placed in a pot of super duper boiling hot water, and the boiling water extracts from the wall of the vessel any impure non-kosher elements, oils, or food ingredient that is stuck on the wall of the vessels that don't come out even with soap. The boiling hot water, Hag'alat Kelim, brings it out. And afterwards they put it to cool it off immediately in cold water, because that closes the walls of the metal vessel, not to absorb back again that which it let out. Okay? So, the wording in the parsha this week is Kol asher ta'avo ba'esh, ta'aviru ba'esh. Every item, any cooking item, a vessel, a pot, that it was used on fire, so to kasherize it, you have to use fire. Like we said, the boiling hot water is for vessels that were used with hot water. But now with pots and pans that were on the fire, you have to put them again on the fire to release the fatty non-kosher ingredients. So the way that the item became non-kosher, the pot, the vessel became non-kosher, that is the same way to release it. Kol asher yavo ba'esh ta'aviru ba'esh. Any item that was used with fire, the way to kasherize it is with fire. Which means, by the way, a glass cup, if you put it in, you can't put it in a hot bin, because a glass cup is used with cold liquids. So that's a different way of kasherizing it. It's not of Hagala, but Hagala is specifically with fire-used items. So Rebbe Nachman explains, this also applies to a person. Your body is a vessel also. Now, with the heat of lustful desires, you allow on yourself the impurities attached with the lustful desires. A person gave in to his heat, his impure heat, to do things against the will of Hashem. So this allows onto his physical body, his vessel, these impurities. What's needed now to get them out is another type of fire. They came into me with the heat of lust, but now I have to extract them from me. What heat do I have available to get out from me the lustful desires, the damage, the unkosher, the impure, damaging influences that have attached themselves to my essence, my neshama, my body? So there is a type of heat that burns everything. And he teaches, Rebbe Nachman, this heat is generated from the words of hitbodedut. That when a person talks to Hashem with the heat of his heart, this heat can burn and destroy all the impurities attached to a person. This is what King David says in the book of Psalms, Cham libi bekirbi, right? B'hagigi tivar esh, dibarti bilshoni. Cham libi bekirbi, my heart is heated up inside of me, right? So what do I do with this heat that causes the lusts to attach themselves? Dibarti bilshoni, I spoke with my mouth, right, in order to get out the fire. Because the words of passionate prayer are a holy fire, and these holy words have the ability to release the impurity attached to a person. This also you can see in someone who is accustomed to doing the practice of hitbodedut, of talking to Hashem. You don't necessarily have heatful words every day. It comes from time to time. Normally when do heatful words full of passion and heat come out to Hashem is when you're going through so much and you're overburdened by being tested with lust and everything, and you just can't handle it anymore. You burst out in heatful words, Hashem, help me, I really want to be a good Jew. When you start talking from your essence, which is generating a spiritual heat, this heat has the ability to cleanse a person. This is the fundamental advice that Rebbe Nachman gives for us, that you have to talk to Hashem on a daily basis. Because if you don't, you will become overwhelmed with the damaging effects of all the heated lusts and everything that are just attaching themselves to you. You'll become overwhelmed. You need to extract it. This is the daily devotion of hitbodedut, which gives a person a much better chance to have those opportunities to be heated up with words to Hashem, and with those heated up words to get out the fire, the heated lust and damage caused by the impurities, to get out and to be released from a person.